evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mo Show. I'm receiving some news about a major announcement taking place at Trump Towers. We take you there now live to where it's taking place.
Anybody saw us beating, let's say, China in a trade deal, they kill us. I beat China all the time. All the time.
What is Trump talking about? According to the World Economic Forum, the US economy is ranked the third most competitive in the world, leaving China in the dust, who is ranked 28th. The WEF states that the US leads the world in areas such as being the easiest place in the world for businesses to differentiate their products and services using marketing, low requirements for servants' pay, and having had very low inflation recently. Doing business in China, however, has its downside, such as burdensome taxes and regulation, and a weak rule of law. Never mind, let's head back to his speech.
Our gross domestic product, a sign of strength, right? But not for us. It was below zero. Who ever heard of this? It's never below zero. Our labor participation rate was the worst since 1978. But think of it, GDP below zero. Horrible labor participation rate.
What? Trump gets his claim about the US GDP doubly wrong. The US had a real gross domestic product in trillions of dollars, not anywhere close to zero. Maybe he meant a growth in GDP, but even phrased appropriately, his claim is still wrong. The real annualized change in GDP during the first quarter of 2015 was indeed negative. It fell by 0.7%. But never before? That's way off. Negative GDP growth, which is GDP shrinkage from quarter to quarter, is one of the hallmarks of a recession. And there have been lots of recession over the past few years, 11 since World War II. Never mind, let's head back to his speech.
And our real unemployment is anywhere from 18 to 20%. Don't believe the 5.6. Don't believe it. That's right, a lot of people up there can't get jobs. They can't get jobs because there are no jobs, because China has our jobs and Mexico has our jobs. They all have our jobs. But the real number is anywhere from 18 to 19 and maybe even 21%. And nobody talks about it because it's a statistic that's full of nonsense.
Does he even hear what he's saying? Trump is off base even if you give him the maximum benefit of the doubt, because the highest official government statistic for underemployment is 10.8%, roughly half as high as Trump says. And if you make a fraudulent attempt to try to expand the scope of this measurement to include Americans left unaccounted in standard statistics, there is no plausible way to get it past 16%, and even that's stretching it. Let's take you back live now.
They just built a hotel in Syria. Can you believe this? They built a hotel. When I have to build a hotel, I pay interest. They don't have to pay interest because they took the oil that when we left Iraq, I said we should have taken.
What? The Islamic State didn't build a hotel. According to Pulitzer Prize-winning website PolitiFact.com, ISIS just simply took over a luxury hotel and occupied it. And it's not in Syria. And it doesn't even run like a normal hotel. It's not open for business. The Islamic State is using the hotel's 262 rooms to house the terrorist group's commanding officers. Let's see what else Trump has to say.
We have a disaster called the Big Lie, Obamacare. Obamacare. Remember the $5 billion website. $5 billion we spent on a website. And to this day, it doesn't work.
Hold on. Donald Trump says that Obamacare website, healthcare.gov, costs $5 billion and claims that it does not work. Firstly, the website does not cost $5 billion, but $2.1 billion, less than half of what he claims. Secondly, he mentions that the website does not work for many people, but 8.84 million people, which is a significant number, signed up for Obamacare through the website.
The American dream is dead.
Bring it back.
But if I get elected president, I will bring it back. Bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and we will make America great again.
Watching more of his speech is going to make me even angrier because of all the misinformation peppered in his speech. The one thing that Donald Trump did right was having a good delivery. Even though his content was riddled with numerous fallacies, his tone was strong and firm. He didn't refer to his script almost at all and spoke extemporaneously. He had good intonation in his voice and was able to convey his ideas clearly. However, I do not think that his current speech would help him if he was addressing a more international community. He would have to stop himself from speaking ill of other countries. He needs to address the problems America is facing without blaming other countries. If he were talking to other politicians, he would definitely have to back up all the claims he makes and stop using baseless assumptions. That's all the time we have for today. Join us next time on The Mo Show, breaking news stories. Time for me to head to Hawaii.